Hey, welcome to yoga with me. I'm Jane. I am going to be sharing a snuggle flow. I feel like just being snuggly and warm and also really stretching out. Hence my sweatshirt and my heat is up. So I hope that this practice is as medicinal for you as I am hoping it is for me. So I hope you're well. Make your way onto your mat and come into a comfortable seated position. Begin to close your eyes and just roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Lift them up to your ears, pull them away, let them fall back. And as you start these shoulder rolls, start to connect with your breath. Breathe in big, full breaths in and out of your nose. Letting the shoulders just relax. Taking a big inhale and sigh it out. Do two more of those. Big breath in. Big sigh out. I know that was loud. Trust me. Do a third one and make it like a really audible exhale, okay? Breathe in. Sigh it out. And just let it go. And come into this present moment. Come into your body. Come into the space that you are in. Pulling back all the parts of you from the places that you've been and that you've traveled, the places that your mind has been and traveled to previous to this now. And call back to you all the parts of you that have been scattered around. Just call them back. Maybe you start to feel more calm and peaceful in your presence. And just connect with you. The Sanskrit word I'd like to share that inspired this flow, this asana, is Shanti. It means peace. So what if during this practice, the word that maybe you just let go on repeat when the mind takes us out of this present moment, you just say over and over again, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let that be your anchor, the anchor of peace, the reminder of peace, and that peace may be found in the present moment. Taking another big breath in, just surrender it out. Taking your right ear over to your right shoulder, take the left hand and just let it rest onto the floor. I'm just going to do some neck stretches because I need it. And I know I'm not the only one. So you can stay here. You can also take your right hand and gently place it on the top of your, the left part of your head over your left ear. And this is not a place to just like pull. It's just an extra support for the gravitational pull that is already magnetizing your right ear to your right shoulder. And imagine length in the neck underneath that left ear, just opening up. And breathe. Just breathe. Inhaling as you release your hand and lift your head very slowly. Key there is real slow. Be real peaceful with these movements because we're going to get all of the muscles around the neck, okay? So take a breath in. And as you exhale, left ear to the left shoulder. Make sure that the shoulders stay heavy. And you can take that right hand down to the floor. And just breathe. You can take the left hand and give yourself a gentle assist. We hold a lot of tension in our necks and our heads and our jaws. Many of us look down on a screen most of our time. So our neck muscles shorten in some areas and they get over lengthened in others. Keep breathing big and full. When our neck muscles become too tight, they can mess with so much of the rest of our body. Plus, these neck muscles, y'all, they hold up our big wobbly heads. They're impressive. As you release your hand, take a breath in and lift the head back up slowly. Now, if at any point in time you can roll your shoulders up, back, and down to kind of just recalibrate yourself. So, taking the forehead forward and off to the right. So it's almost like you're stretching out the back left corner of your neck. Let the left hand come to the ground. So it's almost like your head is going catty corner across where your right knee is if you're sitting crisscross applesauce. You can also do this by having your legs extended. You can also do this in a chair. Now you can also take this right hand, place it on the top of the head, and just give yourself a gentle little pull. Lengthening out even more that back left corner of the neck, making its way down the back of the shoulder. Give yourself really peaceful breaths. Give yourself time here. You don't have anywhere else to be. You've committed to doing this little yoga practice with me. Worst case scenario, if you stick with it, is that you're likely to feel better. And even if you sit there and you don't do anything and you just breathe, you will feel better. Your next breath in, gently release and lift your head super slow, like slow motion style. Sometimes I like to turn my head to the left and to the right. It's like, whoa, it feels so different. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Take the forehead forward and off to the left. So you'll be tucking your chin. Let the right hand rest on the mat, on the floor. Letting the shoulders be heavy. You can take your hand and give yourself that assist. Lengthening out that back right quadrant of your neck muscles. Releasing back down into the shoulder blades. Maybe you feel it going up to your occipital bone. You might find that you find this in your You might find you are having sensations in other areas. Like right now, I'm feeling sensations in my right hand because everything is connected. So maybe if you've been having, say, a pain in your right hand, you might find that that pain is alleviated because the muscle that was causing it was in your neck. Breathe big, full, peaceful breaths. On your next breath in, gently release and bring your head back up. Wah! So now we're going to take our head and we're going to take our chin, lift it up, and the head is going to kind of go back and to the right. Take your right hand and place it like you're saying the Pledge of Allegiance over that heart space. And just press inward toward your chest, and it's going to lengthen that left front quadrant of the neck muscles. The chin will be lifted. And the head will kind of go back. You can take that left hand and place it on the mat, giving yourself that gentle gravitational assist. Peace. Shanti. The front of the neck muscles in our culture are usually shortened because we're looking down. They get tighter and tighter and tighter because we don't open this up. So let your throat open up. Let your neck muscles release. Maybe you feel this in your collarbone, in your ear, in your jaw. But can you just be with you and your breath in this now moment? Oftentimes I close my eyes during this part of the practice where I'm doing neck movements like this, because I can tend to see what my muscles are doing. I envision them lengthening out and getting more blood and more oxygen to them, to those muscles, creating strength and balance in my body. On your next inhale, release the hand and gently come up. Don't have that many more directions to go. You're gonna go the opposite way. So chin tilts up, the left hand places its on the right side in the opposite space on the chest. Chin will lift and feel length in that right front quadrant of the neck. You know, there are energy centers in the body called chakras, at least in the lineage that I tend to study. Although it's all quantum matter being focused together. Anyway, so the throat chakra, this is the area that governs our throat, our teeth, our tongue. So many glands, so many glands. It can affect our hearing. It can affect our ability to speak and communicate, to listen, to hear. So oftentimes, if there's an imbalance or a wobble in this energy center, the Vishuddha chakra here in the throat, it can manifest in a way where I have tight muscles, or I always have a sore throat, or my thyroid is just off. Or maybe I just don't listen to people. Maybe I feel like no one listens to me. Maybe I'm not listening to myself. Let this area open up, just with peace and presence and your breath. On your next inhale, gently release the hand and come up. The next one is going to be a little slow. I just need to move my legs. You can too. You can do whatever you want. So just take your chin and tuck it down. And you can take the back of your hands and clasp them together and just give yourself a little gentle pull on the back of the head above the occipital bone, the occipital ridge. Just to give your neck a little bit of a stretch. And you might feel this going down your spinal column. Couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, release your hands, come back up slowly to center. Taking your hands and reclasping them and placing them on your chest. Pressing in toward your heart, not a lot, but enough. And you're just going to, and this is not easy for me to talk while I say this, or while I do this. So tilt your chin up and keep your mouth closed, but don't clench your jaw. Let the weight of your hands pull down just a little bit, giving yourself an assist. lengthening all of the throat muscles. Keep breathing. I don't do this nearly enough. A few more breaths. Next breath in, gently bring the head up and then release the hands. I can't talk during this part either very well, but just open up your jaw and move it around. Because all of that just loosened, so give yourself a little jaw massage. And just look to your left and look to your right and just kind of recalibrate your head. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. Take a big breath in and let it go. I hope you all feel as loosey-goosey as I do already. That I needed that. So come over into tabletop. We'll meet there. Start off with some cats and some cows. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone and your gaze. Breathe in. Exhale as you press into the mat, arch your back, look toward your navel. Tuck your tailbone. Breathe in for cow. Exhale for cat. Do these on your own breath, own movement. Big breaths. Coming into neutral. Look over the right shoulder to the right hip. Feel length in the left side body. Inhale to center and switch sides. Look over the left shoulder to the left hip. Feel length in the right side body. Inhale back to center, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Let one heel lift as the other heel magnetizes toward the floor. And then just switch sides. Let the other heel lift as the opposing heel melts to the earth. Do a few of these pedaling movements. Maybe it's one breath, one movement. Maybe you give yourself a little bit more time on one side than the other. You feel your body and give yourself some grace wherever you are. Let your head be heavy. Shake it yes and no. Coming into a still downward facing dog. Press the palms of the hands into the mat. Spread the fingers apart from each other like you're high-fiving the earth. Let your chest magnetize toward your shins. Let your tailbone lift. Let the heels melt toward the floor. No matter if they're touching the floor or not, it's perfect. Inhale as you shift and roll up to your toes and into plank. Breathing here, press the floor away from you. Feel the shoulder blades round. The top of the back rounds as the navel presses into the body toward the spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift forward and lower yourself slowly all the way down to your belly, untucking the toes and lifting the chest into a baby cobra. Keep the back of the neck long. Pull the shoulder blades toward each other. Pull them back and down. Hands are pressing into the earth. The elbows are pressing, squeezing the ribs. Take another breath in as you lift a little higher. Exhale, child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, forehead presses into the earth. Let the chest melt toward the earth. Walk the fingertips just a little bit further toward the top of the mat. Let the booty magnetize toward the heels. On your next inhale, take the right hand, place it toward the right, even perhaps off of the mat. Let the left hand meet it or get close to it. Let the forehead press into the earth. Feel length in that left side body. Let the left hip pull back, draw it back. Breathe big, full breaths. On your next inhale, walk the hands back to center, pausing for a moment. On your next inhale, walk the left hand off to the left. Let the right hand follow to meet it, perhaps resting on top of it. Let the forehead rest gently on the mat and pull the right hip back. Let the right shoulder relax as the right hand pulls forward just a little bit, feeling length in that right side body. Breathe big, full breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. On your next inhale, walk your hands back to center. Inhale for downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank, rolling like a wave. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Breathe in for cobra. Press into the mat a little bit more with your hands. Lift your chest a little higher. Feel length in the back of the neck. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Breathe in, lift a little higher. Exhale through bent knees, downward facing dog. Inhale as you roll into high plank. Exhale through chaturanga. You can lower all the way down or lower to where your elbows are 90 degrees, untucking your toes, pressing up into upward facing dog. Shoulders are still back and down. Gaze lifts. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg high. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Give yourself some ankle circles. 3 in a direction, rewind, go the other way. Inhale the right leg high to 3-point. Square the hips. So that means drop that right hip down just a little more. Press the right foot toward the back wall. Breathe in. Exhale, step it through to a low lunge. Inhale as you look forward. And breathe here. Feel the right foot pressing equally into the floor. Keep your chest lifted. Take a breath in. Placing the left hand further down on the mat, lift the right arm up and twist. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Breathe in. Exhale, palm the mat, step back to high plank and we'll vinyasa. So chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high, bend the knee, rotate your ankle in one direction 3 times. And then switch the other way 3 times. Keep breathing as you inhale, lift the right leg, square the hips, so drop that left hip down a little bit more. Press the left foot back toward the back wall. Take another breath in. Exhale as you step it through for that low lunge. Inhale as you look forward, lift your chest. And we're gonna stay here just for that moment. Start to feel an opening in your right hip. Maybe you start to feel the strength of that left leg. Big full breaths. On your next inhale, lift the left hand up for a twist. Rotating at the heart. Let the heart be what twists you up toward the ceiling. Feel the weight of your body pressing into that left foot with ease. Take a breath in. Exhale, palm the mat, step back. Vinyasa is yours. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Let the tailbone rise up toward the ceiling. Walking your feet halfway up the mat. Take your hands back to the feet and meet yourself in a forward fold. Shake the head yes and no. And let the head be heavy. You can keep your knees bent here. Inhale, lengthen halfway and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale with a flat back. Rise up, reach up toward the sky, hands together. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet together so that the big toes touch. Bend the knees deep. Inhale as you rise up for chair, Utkatasana. Let the inner thighs spiral toward each other. Look down at your knees. Can you see your toes? Can you wiggle them? They're super cute. You got toes. Breathe big, full breaths. Drop your butt a little bit lower. Shoulders back and down. Reach toward the heavens. Another breath in. Another breath out. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands toward the front of the mat. Step back into a high plank. Dropping the left knee. Lift the right leg and the right hand for supported side plank. Press the heel to the back wall. Let the heart lift. You can stay here, you can take the right hand, reaching for that right foot, and giving yourself a little quad stretch. Open up the quad. The heart will open too. Let it. Can you be in peace while you're shaking? Maybe you're not shaking. Can you be in peace that you're not shaking? Sometimes it's hard to find peace in struggle, and sometimes it's hard to feel peace when things are actually peaceful if we're so used to stress. It's so funny how we humans are. Gently release as you take a breath in. Exhale, palm the mat, tucking the toes, still keeping that right leg lifted. Tuck the left foot, the left toes, and press up into 3-point. Lift that right foot as you breathe in. Exhale for that low lunge. Inhale, right arm high. Take it and wrap it around if you want for a half bind. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. Walking the feet halfway up. Walk the hands back to the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach up high, breathe big. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe, the feet together, big toes touch, bending the knee deep. Utkatasana. Yep, been here before. Breathe big and full. Let the inner thighs spiral in toward each other. Feel the weight of you in your heels. Breathe big and full. Drop a little lower. Inhale, rise up, reach up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands toward the front. Walk the feet back to the downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Step it through for that low lunge. Inhale the left arm up. You can stay there or go for a half bind. Let the forearm press into the back. Let the heart lift toward the ceiling. Inhale, release the hand. Exhale, palm the mat. Breathe in as the left foot lifts. I feel like I missed something, so that's okay. Oh yeah, I know what I did. My bad. Downward facing dog. Dropping the left knee, extending the drop the right knee, extend the left leg. This is why I needed a cozy practice. I need just some peace. Lift the left hand up. So we just did a couple things in a different order. That's okay. You can stay here, pressing the heel of the left foot toward the back wall. You can also reach back for that left foot and open up that quad. Pull the foot toward the glutes. Open up the chest. Feel your sway and feel your stillness and just feel the peace that is your breath. Another breath in. Exhale as you gently release, placing the left hand down, tucking the right toes. Breathe in as you lift up into that 3-point. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, we just did it in a different order, that's all. It's all good. Thank you for your grace. Pedal out your dog. Let your head be heavy. Walking the hands to the back of the mat. Meet yourself in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach up, breathe big. Exhale, hands to heart center. Setting up for tree. I'll turn a little. Anchoring in the left foot into the mat, lifting the right foot and placing it kickstand style on the calf or on the inner thigh. Hello, balance. And be where you are. Meet you where you are. Ooh, are you a wobbling tree? Sometimes I'm a wobbling tree. Sometimes I'm so steady and sturdy. I'm different every day. Pull that right knee back toward the back wall. Let the shoulders drop back and down. Press the hands together. Breathe. You can stay here, or you can release the foot for a floating tree. And then you can straighten that leg, breathe in, exhale, release. Just a little change of things. So let's see, I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Okay. So inhaling for stork, lifting the right knee up. You can keep your knee bent this whole time, okay? Otherwise, taking the right hand, fingers in peace signs, wrapping around the right big toe, extending the right leg out in front of you. The left arm can reach up to the ceiling. Gaze is focused on one non-moving point. Now taking the left hand, going to the outer blade of the right foot, twisting and opening up. You can even look over that right shoulder. And again, your knee can be bent and you can still be doing this. Another breath in. Exhale, unwind, woo, and gently release. Shake it out. I feel that. We're just gonna do tree on the other side. So anchor into the right foot. Lift the left foot and kickstand it. Put it on the calf. Just stay away from your knee. Your knee does not want to have a foot on it. It called me, they told me, don't let them put a foot on me, said the knee. It's true. So let the left foot press into the right thigh. Let the thigh press equally into the foot. Feel the right foot anchor down into the ground. Let the head pull like a magnet toward the ceiling. Let the left knee pull back like a magnet toward the back wall. Are you as sturdy here? Are you more fluid and wobbly here? Can you still be calling in Shanti, Shanti, Shanti? Peace, peace, peace. All right, take another breath in and float your tree. Just lift that knee up to the side, extend it, yay. Bring it back in and release. Shake it out. I'll face this way. So anchoring into that right foot. Again, you can have your knee bent this whole time. This is perfect. If you want to extend it, take the left hand, peace sign fingers, wrap them around your big toe, and you can extend that left leg straight. Try to keep your spine long. Keep the heart facing forward. Let that right hand lift. Breathe in. You can exhale, take the right hand to the outside of that left foot. Let the left hand swing gently back. Let the eye gaze follow. What? Feel this twist. Feel the steadiness. Feel the length in your spine. Whee! Breathe in, back to center, and release. Shake it out. That'll warm you up right there. Shaking it out. It's true though. It's weird, I keep seeing my reflection and it's very strange. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Inhale, reach both hands up. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Lift the heels, tuck yourself into a tiny little ball. Give yourself a hug. Whee! Releasing this tight little ball of you, of peace. Come back to your bottom. Extend the legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake if you want. Coming down to your back, we're going to set up for bridge. So the feet are hips distance apart. And you're going to inhale and lift your hips up high. Draw the shoulder blades together. You can take your hands behind your back and clasp them. Let the hips lift up higher, 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 higher still. Breathe in. Exhale, gently release one vertebrae at a time. Take a moment. Brief moment. Inhale, lift the hips up high. Clasp the hands behind you again if you can in the non-habitual way. So the opposite thumb is going to be on top this time. Feel like your thighs are being magnetized together and like you are resisting them at the same time. Lift the hips up a little higher, little higher, little higher. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Extending the left leg, take the right knee into the chest and give it a squeeze. Switching sides, tucking the left knee in, extending the right leg out. Give it a squeeze. I like to give myself ankle rolls whenever I can. Highly recommend. Releasing the foot down, coming into happy baby. So taking the outer blades, if you can, you can also peace sign the fingers, but the outer blades of the feet, if possible, bending the knees. Let the tailbone relax. Isn't that funny? Babies do this all the time. You can rock back and forth a little bit. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Releasing your happy baby, feet curl up into another little ball like we were. Tuck your chin in. Give yourself a loving hug, like, yay, I love you, self. And roll back and forth a couple times. And we'll meet on maybe the third one in a seated position. Extending the legs out in front of you. Pull the flesh out from underneath your bottom. You'll feel your sits bones anchor into the earth. Keep your left leg extended, seated tree. Join your Shashasana. Breathe in as your spine gets long. Exhale as you hinge forward. Let the gravitational pull of the earth be what calls you down toward her. Not force, not effort, not might. I like to take my right hand to the outside of my left foot, left leg. I like the length that it creates in my right side body. We're going to be here for for a few breaths, so get comfortable. Remember the mantra, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Release any tension in your jaw. Let your head be heavy if possible. Let the tension in your shoulders melt away.
Feel the back of that left leg start to soften and expand and lengthen. On your next breath in, start to gently walk your hands up your leg. Right hand goes behind you like a second spine. Scoop the left hand up for rock star. Open up that left hip flexor. Open up the heart. Breathe in. As you exhale, come back down the way you came. Extend the right leg. Move the booty flush. And seated tree on the other side. Janu Sirsasana. Inhale as your spine lengthens. Exhale as you hinge forward. Let the left knee be heavy. Let the thoughts be light. Let the heavy thoughts go. Again, I like to take the left hand on the outside of my right foot, my right leg. And I'm not pulling myself, I like this little stretch that I get from this. On my left side body, my left obliques, feels really good. I like to rest my forehead on my hand, my thumb, right in my third eye. Releasing the tension in your jaw. And come back to you. Into the peaceful presence and stillness that is you. This is still a time to be mindful of our breath. Be intentional, be big and full with it. Few more breaths. On your next inhale, begin to gently make your way up. Left hand goes back like a second spine. Right hand scoops up and back. Rock star. Let the hips press toward the ceiling. It's actually like the ceiling and the sidewall. It's like both. Take a breath in. Exhale. Come back down the way you came. Extending both feet out ahead of you. Again, pulling the flesh out from underneath the sits bones. You can bend your knees here. We're going to go into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. And lean and hold your chest to your thighs, and then just walk your feet out. And then if your chest starts to pull away from your thighs, stop where you are and just stay there. And if you can have your legs more straight out, then breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. And be patient with yourself wherever you are. Remember that every day is different. Every day is a new opportunity to find peace wherever we are, whatever is going on. And that peace can be remembered and cultivated with our breath, with the presence of now, coming back into our body, calling back all the parts of us, going inward and finding the stillness and the beauty of this system of this human that I am is. And all the extraneous things around me start to dissolve as the peace that I am feeling starts to exude out of me. Shanti. I like to rest my head on something here. A block, a bolster, a pillow, your hands. I also notice that the more I just breathe and be with me, without trying and pulling myself down into a fold, that my body just starts to relax and to surrender into a deeper expression of the shape than if I were to muscle to it from the beginning. And every day is different. This is a shape that we can take advantage of by looking inward. You can't really see much when you're here. Close your eyes. Be with the sound of your breath. Take 3 conscious, big, full breaths here. And on your next breath in, gently walk your hands up your legs, being peaceful and patient with yourself. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And come back to lay on your back. Drawing your knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. And let them just gently drop over to the left. Extend the right arm out, giving yourself a twist. I like to take my left hand on top of the outside of my right knee. Let the right shoulder be heavy. Big full breaths here. Twists are known to detoxify our organs. It's like wringing us out. So imagine if you're taking big full breaths, that you're massaging your organs from the inside, from the lungs, from the way the lungs expand and contract, the way the diaphragm moves up and down. Just giving your guts an assist. That's all. Next breath in, gently come back up to center. Give your knees a little loving squeeze and let them drop over to the right. Taking the right hand on the outside of the left knee if you would like, extending the left arm out and let the gaze follow it. Like turn the head and look over that left shoulder to that left hand. And can you relax? Can you relax your mind, your thoughts, the body? Can you be intentional though with your breath? letting your breath be the medicine in this space of stillness. Knowing that after you're complete with twisting of your body and massaging the organs and doing all of the work, that's when peace comes. That's when the body integrates all that you've done. Breathe. Inhale as you bring both knees up to center. Give them another squeeze and extend both legs out and down. If there's any other final movements that you want to take, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, get ready and set up for your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Take your feet and wiggle them around, and then just like let them stop and just splay out wherever they are. Take your head and just like move it to the left and to the right. Give the back of your head a little bit of a massage. And then come back to center. Let the palms face up. And close your eyes. Let go of any intentional breathing. And come into this pose, this shape of peace. Notice the sounds around you, the sound of my voice. Notice the sound of your breath. Maybe it's very faint. Notice the sound of your heart beating. Maybe you can even hear the whoosh of your blood within. As you take a breath in, feel your heart and chest and belly expand. And as you breathe out, feel your belly collapse. Feel your shoulders melt into the floor. Your jaw relaxes. The tongue releases from the roof of your mouth. You feel your forehead relax as your temples melt toward the floor. You feel the weight of your bones in your body being held upon the earth. And you feel the sensation. You welcome the sensation and the feeling of peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
You begin to become aware of the flow of your breath, staying perfectly still. Maybe the breath becomes deeper and wider, more expansive. You become aware of the weight of your body upon the earth, as you equally become aware of the lightness that you are. You notice the merging of the light and the density in a pure space of peace.